These women is the mother of the young boy. Can you sense which of the three women is the mother?
The one in the red shirt.
Very good. Now, can you also tell which of these two young men is hang gliding for the first time?
The first one.
No, the one in the rear. First time up and not a worry in the world. You were right 3 out of 5 times. Perhaps some members of the film audience scored as high. It's not a bad score. Not even a professional psychic would have scored 100% on these tests. Even they are wrong about 25% of the time.
Thank you, Doctor. Basically, what we tested here was thought transfer or telepathy. We have proven, partly at least, that we all have such powers. Now, we've all had practical experience with telepathy in our everyday lives. We thought of someone just as they called us on the telephone or said something just as someone else blurted out the same thing. But sometimes telepathic communications occur in very dramatic situations, as it did with Diana Ryder of Illinois in 1975. Diana, age 27, is a secretary to a lawyer during the week, an amateur pilot on weekends.
What I want you to do is enter a spin, make 2 or 3 turns, and recover on the entry heading.
What if I black out?
Don't.
I'll try not to.
Just keep concentrating. Think of nothing but what you're doing. You'll be all right.
Okay, Josh, let's do it.
Nothing in Diana Ryder's past could prepare her for the experience she was about to encounter. She had never before voyaged into the world between, never before sensed the mystery of the supernormal. With her concentration on a single task, Diana had freed her mind and opened it to a telepathic communication, a message that threatened to erase her concern for the job at hand.
All right, Diana. Level off at 6,000 feet. Diana? Diana? Champ 500, this is Josh. Do you read me? Diana?
This is Champ 500. I'm okay.
Diana, if you're worried, don't do it.
I'm okay.
Diana had to fight whatever it was that was trying to take hold of her mind.
Here goes nothing.
With her task successfully completed, Diana now clearly received the telepathic message.
Thank God.
What she heard was a voice crying out for help, a voice so specific she could not disregard it. And something, not a voice, but something, compelled her to fly 70 miles to the northwest. That same something compelled her to land in an open field. Moments before her landing, a car on the nearby highway went out of control, veering away from an oncoming drunken driver. having landed nearby, was able to rescue the driver from the burning car. The driver of the car was Mrs. Cynthia Ryder, Diana's mother, the person who had telepathically cried out for help. Next to telepathy, the phenomenon that most of us encounter is that of precognition, seeing the future. We've all had a hunch about something or have had dreams that have come true. So it was with Donald Parker of Los Angeles, California. It was the only psychic experience of Parker's life, a premonition of disaster.
I went to bed about 10:30. There was nothing bothering me. I wasn't worried about anything. I fell asleep right away, but I kept waking up. I kept having this dream that my son's house was burning. At first, I thought it was my own, so I got up and looked around, but it was nothing. So I went back to bed. Finally, I could stand it no longer, so I got up, dressed, got in my car, and drove over here. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I should have come over right away. It was just like I dreamed in a dream. The house, it's gone. Burnt to the ground. Well, thank God my son and his family are safe.
Can heating premonitions avert disasters? In 1966, in Aberfan, Wales, 35 people had premonitions of a disaster that took the lives of 128 school children. They clearly saw, before it happened, a piece of a mountain slide away, crashing into the schoolyard below. Dr. J.C. Barker, a London psychiatrist, studied those who had had the premonitions. None of them were especially psychically gifted, yet all had seen the grim tragedy that was coming. But there was no procedure by which they could use their knowledge to avert it. Dr. Barker wrote in his report on the Aberfan disaster that if we could all develop our natural but unused extrasensory powers, we might be able to alter the future. We might be able to use our precognitions as a kind of early warning system. To that end, partly, and also as a kind of statistical survey about the accuracy of such predictions, a central premonitions registry has been opened in New York. Anyone who wishes to file their predictions there may do so. Already seen by correspondents of the registry before they actually happened have been the assassinations of Robert Kennedy and of Dr. Martin Luther King. Also seen were Rocky Marciano's fatal plane crash and the murder of United Mine Workers leader Walter Jablonski. These were premonitions by amateurs, so to speak, by people like you and me. The psychics who regularly see the future are monitored by the nation's newspapers and by television. Their success has been public and unusual. John Robbins, for instance, predicted the bomb explosion at New York's LaGuardia Airport 4 months before it happened. Helen Stalls predicted Jackie Kennedy would marry a Greek millionaire long before the public became aware of Aristotle Onassis. Clarissa Bernhardt predicted to within 1 minute the earthquake that hit San Francisco at 3 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day in 1974. Bernardine Villanova predicted the collision of the aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy in the Mediterranean in November 1975. Irene Hughes